Hi guys, welcome back again. So today is day 30 for the 100 Days of Cloud Azure series. So yesterday we finished for day 29, so it's time for the day 30. So here the lab title is Create Azure SQL Database. So within the Azure, we have to create Azure Database. Alright, so let's go. Let me go to draw.com and it's clear. Alright. I don't need this. Alright, that's fine. So here I have this diagram to simplify this 30 left. So now we are using like the Azure subscription, Azure service. So within the Azure service, we have to create a resource group. So after we get in resource group, so within even the resource group, we can create the Azure logical server, Azure SQL server. So within that SQL server, so we have to create our Azure SQL database. So when we create the Azure SQL logical server, we need the admin login, we need the admin username and password. And so we have to also set up with the firewall rules and to allow the Azure service. So because the default state of the Azure logical server is not allowed to connect with the external service on the Azure, so that's why we need to unlock the Azure service on the firewall rules. And so when we create Azure database, SQL database, we have to specify the measurement size, and we have to set up with the backup redundancy, and we have to think about for the locate cost compute plus storage amount. So this is the things we have to consider when we create the Azure SQL database. Okay, so we will read this given instruction. So let me copy first here. Okay, so we will read the given instruction. Yeah, nautilus-sqldb is strategizing the migration of a portion of their infrastructure to Azure. Okay, that's great. They choose the Azure. So recognizing the scale of this undertaking, they have opted to approach the migration and incremental steps rather than as a single massive transaction. So recently they started working on creating and configuring some database instance on Azure. Okay, that's great. So for this task, we have to create a publicly accessible Azure SQL database instance along with the following details. So we have to create publicly accessible. So bear in mind that this is publicly, not private, right? So okay, let me copy this. So okay, how do we find that in Google? So how to let me find how to from the CentOS terminal. Okay, this is step by step we're gonna have to do right now. Okay, so as usual, we need to know the resource group name, right? So it's a group list. I will type right that. So we get a resource group name. So the first thing is, we have to create a resource group name if you don't have it, but we already have it. So don't worry about for the step 1. But now it's time to think about for the step 2. So how do we create the SQL logical server? So like I explained here, so before we creating SQL database, so we need to have Azure SQL logical server to run this SQL database within it. So how do we create that? So I will copy this sentence. I will copy this comment. So when you see that, we need to know the server name and resource group name. What is a server name? So here, server name must be here. The name of Azure SQL database. Database name is nautilus-sqldb, but the server name is nautilus-server-30324 under southcentralus. So we also consider this region name carefully. Okay, so let me give the server name. So server name is, I can copy from here. So this is a server name. Okay, that's great. All right. So resource group name is, so I don't use this slash // I will use I will make it single line. Oh, sorry. Let me remove this. Okay, now I will give the resource group name from here. So I can copy and I will paste right there. And now I will remove this location parameter. Okay, location is, we need to think here. Location is South Central US. Okay, I will copy this location. Admin username is, here also we need to give the admin username. So admin username is, it is clearly mentioned that. Okay, here. So this is the compute plus storage configuration has to be business for less demanding workloads, because this is just for the lab, not for real production. So, and the backup storage redundancy should be locally redundant backup storage. That's great. So when we create this Azure logical server, so here the username is here nautilus-admin, and we have to set an appropriate password. That's great. So here the admin username, and I will remove this // and here I will remove there. Okay, so I will give the password. So password is, let me get this user password. This is complicated, I think. So I will get that. So now I will run this command to create the Azure SQL logical server. All right. Okay, now it is starting to create the SQL server. So after successfully creating the Azure SQL logical server, we have to configure the firewall to allow all public IP address. So here also I have to modify this command. So this command, okay. So resource group name is the same. I get from here. All right, so I will remove this parameter. And I will remove this // Okay, and server name is the same. I can get from here. Okay, and here you can get any name for the firewall rule name. So here I will get allow all public, and here's the IP address. The IP address is 0.0.0.0, and an IP address 255. That's okay. So okay, we successfully created the logical server. Now let me create an IP address. Firewall route. So we configure this firewall route. Okay, so we successfully configure it. Now it is time to create the SQL database. So now I will create this. Okay, so when you see that here also we need to give the resource group name. So resource group name is this. So I will remove this. Alright, so server name is the same, nautilus-server-30324. And DB name is, we can get from here. So DB name is database name is here, nautilus-sqldb. So okay, I will replace that. Oh, sorry, not here. Here I will remove this. So okay, so simple name. Okay, so this is not enough. So okay, this is database name. we need to add the compute plus storage configuration. Okay, let me so this is not enough, so I will remove this. So okay, and let me copy these three things. Okay, this is wallows, and then this is, we don't need this, and we need, okay, we need this. We also need this number 4. Okay, so I will modify it here. Can you add this 3 values in above comment? All right, so okay, now it's time to run this command. Here also, I don't need this symbol name. I will remove this. So edition is basis, backup storage redundancy local. That's great, and maximum size is 2 GB. All right, so now it's time to create the Azure database. So here name is nautilus-sqldb. So for creating a database, I think we're gonna have to wait around 1 minute. So how to verify? Finding how to verify Azure SQL Database creation is from the CentOS terminal. Okay, so we successfully created for the SQL database. So now let me verify our creation. So let me run this command again. So resource group name is, I can get from here. So this is the resource group name, and I will replace right here. And the server name is, I will copy from here, nautilus server 30324, and then database name is here, and nautilus-sqldb. Okay, now let me run this command. Okay, so this data is online. That's great. So we successfully created. So finally, let me check it out and click confirm. Wait, okay, that's fine. Yeah, that's it. So finally, it's been successful. So if I can do it, you can also do it too. So the only thing you have to remember is that before we create Azure database, we need to have the Azure logical server to run this Azure database service. So, and also after creating Azure logical server, we need to set up with the firewall rule. So for that, we have to we have to run the specified commands, and then finally we create the SQL database with specific requirements. For maximum size 2 GB, and then we have to do the basic tier is low cost compute plus storage is basic tier, and then backup redundancy is locally redundant storage that is local. So we need to think these details carefully. So that's it. So thanks for watching. See you in the next coming video. Peace out, guys.